Have you ever wondered what happens inside your brain the moment a stroke begins? It doesn't happen over hours. It happens in seconds. Every minute, nearly 2 million brain cells die when blood can no longer reach part of the brain. The frightening part is that many people don't realize they're having a stroke until it's already too late. And every minute of delay can mean losing the ability to speak, walk, remember loved ones, or even survive. Today, we'll take a journey inside the human brain and watch, minute by minute, what really happens during a stroke. You'll discover why doctors call it a race against time, how to recognize the warning signs, and what you should do if it ever happens to you or someone near you. Because one simple decision could save a life. Let's begin at the very first second. A blood vessel inside the brain suddenly becomes blocked by a clot, or bursts due to bleeding. Either way, part of the brain is instantly cut off from its oxygen supply. Brain cells are unlike most other cells in your body. They cannot store enough oxygen to survive for long. Within seconds, millions of neurons begin running out of energy. Their tiny electrical signals become weaker. Communication between brain cells starts to fail. The affected area becomes silent. About 1 minute later, the first brain cells begin to die. As more neurons stop working, the body starts sending warning signs. A smile suddenly looks uneven. One arm feels strangely weak or completely numb. Words become difficult to pronounce. Some people know exactly what they want to say, but their brain can no longer form the words. Others become confused without understanding why. Vision may suddenly become blurry, or disappear completely in one eye. Balance becomes unstable. Walking feels almost impossible. Some people experience a sudden, severe headache unlike anything they've ever felt before. This is especially common during bleeding inside the brain. At this point, every passing minute matters. Doctors often repeat one simple phrase: time is brain. Because every minute without treatment means more brain tissue is permanently lost. By now, several minutes have passed. The blocked area is no longer the only problem. The surrounding brain tissue begins to struggle as well. Doctors call this area the ischemic penumbra. These brain cells are injured, but they are not dead yet. They are desperately waiting for oxygen to return. This is why the first few hours after a stroke are often called the golden window. If blood flow can be restored quickly, many of these cells can survive. But if treatment is delayed, the damage spreads outward like a growing wildfire. The brain starts to swell. Pressure inside the skull increases. Healthy brain tissue can become compressed. As swelling continues, even more brain cells stop working. This is why stroke symptoms can suddenly become much worse. A person who was speaking only minutes ago may suddenly lose the ability to talk. Someone who could still move their leg may no longer be able to stand. Doctors work against the clock to stop this chain reaction. For ischemic strokes caused by a blood clot, one treatment is a clot-busting medication that can dissolve the blockage. But this medicine only works safely within a limited time after symptoms begin. For some patients, doctors can perform a mechanical thrombectomy. A tiny catheter is guided through an artery all the way to the brain. Special instruments carefully grab the clot and pull it out. The moment blood flow returns, millions of starving brain cells get another chance to survive. But not every stroke is caused by a blockage. About 1 in 5 strokes happens because a blood vessel bursts. This is called a hemorrhagic stroke. Instead of restoring blood flow, doctors must stop the bleeding and reduce pressure inside the brain. The treatment is completely different, which is why brain imaging is always performed before treatment begins. So, how can you recognize a stroke before it's too late? Doctors around the world teach one simple test. It's called FAST. The letter F stands for face. Ask the person to smile. If one side of the face droops, it could be a warning sign. The letter A stands for arms. Ask them to raise both arms. If one arm drifts downward or cannot be lifted, don't ignore it. The letter S stands for speech. Ask the person to repeat a simple sentence. If their words are slurred, confused, or impossible to understand, every second counts. The final letter is T. Time. Call emergency services immediately. Never try to drive yourself to the hospital if you're having stroke symptoms. Emergency medical teams can begin treatment before arriving at the hospital. That precious time can save millions of brain cells. Never wait to see if the symptoms disappear. Even if they improve after a few minutes, the danger may not be over. A temporary stroke warning, called a transient ischemic attack, can be a sign that a much larger stroke is coming. Without medical evaluation, there's no way to know how serious the situation really is. The good news is that modern medicine has saved countless lives. Many stroke survivors recover the ability to walk, to speak, and to enjoy life again through rehabilitation and determination. The brain has an incredible ability to adapt. Healthy brain cells can sometimes take over lost functions. Recovery takes time, but hope is always possible. Remember these 4 letters fast. One day, they might help you save the life of someone you love, or even your own. If you found this video helpful, share it with your family and friends. Because knowledge shared today could become someone's second chance tomorrow. Stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video.